My name is Albert Chong. I have been spending most of my working life in the food industries. My background is in the chemistry and food, so I know a little bit more about the food industry, its manufacturing. Okay, today I'm going to talk about microorganisms in relation to the nature ecosystem, focusing on the food systems. When people think about nature, they always talk about plants and animals. Actually, there's a big group of organisms that is more numerous than plant and animal combined in this world, and often most people ignore. And this group is the microorganisms. Why people are not aware of its existence? Because it's too small to be seen by the naked eyes. However, these very small microorganisms, they play a very critical role in the whole nature ecosystems. Just imagine if all the dead plants and animals not being decomposed, what will happen to this world just within 5 years? The environment will be so toxic that nothing can survive. This microorganism can be broadly classified into bacteria, fungi, and virus. When people think about these microorganisms, what comes to their mind is diseases, sickness. But actually, they play different roles in the whole ecosystem. They also bring a lot of benefits to the nature, to human, to the plants, to the animals. I'm going to focus more on the food system. In the microorganisms in food systems, they play roles of what we call the bad roles and the good roles. The bad roles are what people know of, like causes food spoilage, causes food poisoning. But often people are not aware of the beneficial effects of the microorganisms. In particular, the example, the process of fermentation. Let me give a few examples. In the making of bread is essentially wheat flour. The bread that we eat is soft and spongy because of the presence of the air bubbles. And where are these air bubbles coming from? It is through the process of fermentation where the gas, more exactly is the carbon dioxide, that was produced by an organism called Saccharomyces cerevisiae, and this is a yeast and is a part of the fungi kingdom. And the yeast produce the carbon dioxide gas, which make the bread spongy, soft. That's why people love the bread. Otherwise, the bread would be like a hard stone. And in addition to that, it also produces the chemicals that impart flavors and aroma to the bread. And it is different from a bread that is produced from chemical leavening, like baking powder, where it's purely chemical leavening. That means there's no flavor and aroma imparted, so the eating quality is different. Another common example would be the yogurt. Yogurt is produced from fermentation of milk. What happened is the microorganism convert the milk sugars or the lactose into lactic acid. That's why the milk turns sour. That's where you get the sourish taste in the yogurt. And in addition to that, the microorganism also produce the flavors and substance that affects the texture of the yogurt. And this group of microorganisms is the bacteria. And the common bacteria that is used in the process of yogurt making are such as the Streptococcus thermophilus and the Lactobacillus bulgaricus. And different bacteria will produce a different level of acidity, also produce different textural qualities, and that's why people have different preference for the different brand of yogurt they love, because the different brands taste differently, different acidity level, also different, the taste also subtly different. And this is by sort of controlling or manipulating with a different proportion of different species of the bacteria to get the desired kind of flavor and texture. Another good common example is the soya sauce. Okay. Soya sauce is fermented from soya beans, and the microorganism responsible for the production of soya sauce belong to the mold family. This is also part of the fungi kingdom. The example for the production of the soya bean or the soya sauce is the Aspergillus oryzae. And this group of mold, it will convert the soya, the soya protein into the component that is with the soya sauce flavors that you and I are very familiar with. And of course, related to that is another common example is the tempeh. And tempeh is also produced from soya bean to a process of fermentation by another mold. In this case, the mold is called Rhizopus oligoporus. So these are just few very common food examples where making use of the good works of the microorganisms, bacteria or the fungi to improve the quality of the food, making it more healthy, more nutritious and better eating qualities. Thank you.